Nina, today we're going to talk about my favorite attachment out of all of the tools that BERNINA provides, and that is the bias binder attachment. And what it does is it lets you bind an edge, but it also lets you make great bias binding ties that you can use for a number of trims.
Susan, the bias binder is my absolute favorite as well, and there are so many things you can do with it.
There are, more than binding for
Yes.
sure. I've cut my strips to fit the binder that I'm using. There are 3 sizes of binder. And once I have the strip cut, I feed it into the binder, and now I'm stitching without binding an edge. It's just the strip of fabric being stitched together, so I get a completely finished strip of fabric as it comes out the back. You can make yards of finished bias strips and use them for a number of techniques. All right, Nina, let's look at how the trim was made for the clutch bag, because this is really a unique way to use this bias strips.
That is so neat, Susan. I love that fringe look.
It is a looped fringe, and you can use a hairpin lace frame to wrap this around, or you can simply fold it back and forth and straight stitch down the middle so that you create this double loop fringe.
That's the same as this fringe, isn't
Correct.
it?
Just a smaller folding.
It's very neat. And I've done handles.
I think this is really great.
With the strips, and there are many different braiding tools on the market, but it's just using those bias strips and loading one of these tools and braiding, and you end up with a handle for a purse.
That's a great way to use it. So if you think of this as yarn or cord, you can use it with almost any technique that you use yarn and cord with. For these techniques and other ways to use the bias binder, visit your local BERNINA dealer today.